I think I solved it. I've been thinking about this for a long time, maybe about 20 minutes. And I solved it all in 20 minutes. That's how brilliant I am. What did I solve, you say? Well, I solved why YouTube is pushing small content creators. Have you noticed like tons of small content creators all of a sudden are just blowing up? They're just all of a sudden like small content creators are the ones YouTube is pushing. They're not really going for the big superstar content creators. They're doing everything they can to push small content creators, right? And I was thinking about that. I'm like, why would YouTube all of a sudden just switch everything and start pushing small content creators and making, like, everybody keeps saying it's on easy mode. It's on easy mode. YouTube is on easy mode. Well, it is on easy mode for small content creators, and I think don't hold me to it, but I think I know why. Well, it all goes back to 1 year ago. Nah, I don't I want to tell a story. It all went back to this one day 1 year ago where this one thing happened, and all of a sudden YouTube had to change its algorithm. But seriously, they did change their algorithm. They're all of a sudden they're pushing a lot of small content creators, right? Like people that are just talking about their jobs or talking about their faith or talking about their life or cooking or all of a sudden it started pushing the smaller channels, not the big channels that already have hundreds and hundreds of thousands of subscribers or millions of subscribers, but now they're pushing channels that are just small, but people can relate to them, or people have a personal something with the person who's talking or making the video. They have something with them, right? So I was wondering, why would they do that? All of a sudden they're just going to start pushing small content creators. Like, all these years it's been hard for a small content creator coming up. Like, you'd start and you're like, it would take you a year just to get 1,000 subscribers or something, right? And then the watch hours, forget about watch hours. Watch hour this, watch hour that. Watch hour is almost impossible to get, right? But recently they're making it easy. Like, I've seen channels all of a sudden, like within 2 months, they're already monetized, right? And it's like, how is that possible? And the reason being, this is what I think. I don't know. Don't hold me to it. This is not, this is definitely it. This is the reason why all of a sudden it happened, because of this. It's just my thoughts, because I always think about things. I try to think about things. I'm not the smartest person in the world, but I try to think about and reason why things happen, right? Because they don't just go out of nowhere like, oh, let's just make small YouTube creators, make them all rich now, make them make money. Hey, woo. No, YouTube's not about that. First of all, I think YouTube wants more people involved in YouTube, right? So obviously that makes more sense. The more content creators you have, the more people are going to be watching more videos, right? That makes perfect sense, right? If you're going to, content creators are not just content creators, they're also content watchers, right? So people who make videos watch other videos, right? Because they want to learn what the other person's doing. They want to get ideas, or they want to see how did that person edit their video, or how did they do that video that took off, how did this title and description work, so they're watching other people's videos as well. So YouTube, with that in mind, also figures, hey, if you're gonna reward more content creators, right, makes sense, the more content creators that are being rewarded are going to watch more videos. And YouTube is in the business of ads. So if you have more content creators being rewarded, more people watching videos, more ads, and it's a win-win for everybody. There's no doubt about it. It's a win-win for everybody. It makes perfect sense to do that. Instead of rewarding like 10 big channels with millions and millions of views all the time, no, you can have millions and millions of small channels growing and watching more videos, right? Makes perfect sense. understandable. I can relate to that. Anybody can understand that. It doesn't take a whiz. I figured it out in 20 minutes, and I'm not smart. Maybe I'm a little smart. I'm like a silent smart, okay? I keep it to myself until I put it on a video for maybe 5 people to watch. But, I'm a silent smart. But now, when did this start? Okay, my theory, this is where my theory comes into. My theory is that when Mr. Beast got into that little thingamajig that was going on, I don't want to talk about it, but when one of his friends got involved in something and was inappropriate, right? And then Mr. Beast got hit up with all that nonsense. And then all of a sudden, Amazon and Mr. Beast, they were being like a lawsuit against them for whatever happened. I'm not even going to get into that because I don't know anything really personally about that. I'm just putting it out there. I think that's when YouTube said, you know what? Let's think about this. Instead of worrying about, a couple of thousand big time creators, right? And having our reputation possibly being tarnished by something they might do that can affect us, YouTube, right? Because Amazon and Mr. Beast have a problem. They have a lawsuit that's against them, right? So they obviously have a problem, right? Dealing with that lawsuit. So YouTube is like, wait a minute, here you go, back there. Hold up. They don't want no problems with that, right? So to avoid that problem, you know what we do? Instead of having a couple of thousand big time creators, you know what? Let's push these small time creators, small people creators up. These small channels, let's push them all up there. Give them a chance to reward them, make money, be monetized, create more content out there on YouTube. And the other benefit, what's the other benefit? Like I just said before, if you reward these small content creators, right, they're going to watch more content because they want to understand how to get better, how to make better videos, how to edit better, what better cameras I want to get. Do I want to get a Sony? When I want to get this, I got to watch videos on that. So it all makes sense. But I think the whole start of that process was realizing that they don't want to get caught up in having a big public person that's known to YouTube be tarnished and tarnish YouTube in the same time, right? So I think that pushed them to say, wait a minute, how can we fix this? And of course, they got geniuses in there. They should have hired me. I probably would have helped them out with this too, because I figured it out. So, they could have hired me and gave me like $5. I would have helped them out with this situation. But no, but they got geniuses working there. So they figured they'd kill two birds with one stone. They're not gonna push the big creators as hard as they were, right? With the algorithm. And you can see with their process, they have this new thing, hype, where small channels can hype other small channels that's gonna be out there. So they're doing everything to help small content creators, right? And that's you, me, whoever is out there that's small, that's going to be creating content. They're here to help us. They're trying to make us grow. And until they make us grow too big and then they stop. But at that point, who cares? If you're making good money where you could just, live by it, that's good enough, right? We don't need to be Mr. Beast money over there, right? But I think that's what the whole thing is about. So it force them to think about things and like, you know what, we got to do this. We got to get away from the big time YouTubers. Let's start rewarding small content creators. We don't have to deal with publicity because nobody cares if my DoorDash, let's just say DoorDash for instance. Nobody cares if DoorDash gets in trouble with the law. It's not going to be against YouTube. YouTube ain't going to worry. They're going to take a hit. YouTube ain't going to take a hit. Oh, DoorDash is going to bring down YouTube because she did something wrong. I'm just using her in general. She didn't do anything wrong. I'm just using her name just for this purpose. But so they're not worried about small content creators doing something that is going to ever tarnish YouTube. It's not going to happen like that. So that's my whole theory. I think that's the reason why YouTube said, you know what, let's start pushing small content creators. Let's reward them. The more we reward them, the more they're going to be watching other YouTubers. And guess what? even brilliant about this idea, whoever came up with it, that must have been me. Man, that was definitely me. Is now other YouTubers or people that just watch YouTube are now going to be like, wait a minute, this person's making $12,000 a month. I'm gonna start doing a channel. So now what? Now you're gonna start doing a channel. Now you're gonna start watching other YouTube videos on how to do a channel, how to do this, how to edit it, and it's just gonna bring millions and millions of more people that are dedicated into YouTube over anything else. Like I don't even know. Other than sports, I don't watch regular TV no more. I love football, right? So, and hockey. So I'll watch football and hockey, and that's about it. Like that's my view of regular TV now is just sports and football, hockey. That's it. The rest of the time I'm watching YouTube channels, right? So, and I'm not the only one. There's got to be probably millions and millions of people that are doing that, and they're smart because they're gonna tap into millions and millions of more people. They're going to do the same thing that I'm doing, that I'm sure you're doing, that a lot of people are doing. They're getting off regular TV and all that stuff, and they're hyper-focused on YouTube. Whether it's building a small channel, whether it's watching other people, whether it's learning something that you wanted to learn, it's so many things. So I think the whole Mr. Beast thing kind of started the ball rolling to small creators, and I think YouTube figured out, we could do a lot better having millions and millions and millions of small creators, rewarding them for what they're creating, as opposed to a couple of thousand big time creators, right? So I think that's where they're going. I think that's the future of YouTube. I think the algorithm is going to keep pushing on that. And now you guys just figure out what you're going to do when you're on YouTube. That's another thing I'm still trying to figure out. I know focusing on what your job is seems to work for a lot of YouTubers. Whatever job you're in, if you're talking about that, seems to work a lot for YouTube. Like a day in the life of Amazon guy, or a day in the life of this person. Whatever it is, that seems to be like a big focus now on YouTube, and a lot of people watching those kind of channels. I'm probably gonna start trying to do that a little bit too, where I'll focus on my job more, because maybe that's a push that I need. Maybe that's something I need to focus on more instead of me. Because I was watching this video of some guy who was talking about something like this. He's like, people don't watch you for you. They don't care about you. They want to learn about what your job is or what you're doing and you know what? It makes a lot of sense. They're not really here to watch you. They're here to watch something that's interesting to them. So maybe I'll try focusing on that a little bit more. I thought it was me. Maybe it's not me. It's all about you, because you are the viewer. You are the person that I need to focus on and make sure that you watch a video, you're happy about the video, and you didn't just waste your time. You learned something, you enjoyed it, you got to know me a little better, and that helps both of us a little bit. So I understand that. So I'm going to try to focus on that. But this video is about why small YouTubers are getting pushed, and I think that's the reason why. I could be wrong, and nobody can really prove it. How can you prove if I'm right or wrong? I say I'm right, so that's it. We done. Proof done. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to the channel. I'm going to have more content for you all the time. Every day, a new video will come out with my face on it. I love y'all. Peace.